Am I crazy for begging my partner to go through his phone? My partner cheated on me a couple years ago, but I have since forgave him and we were able to move past it until more recently I started catching him in lies about where he was or what he was doing. More recently I have had a girl who I have never met before saying that him and her friend had been intimate recently. We have been together for a year now. I asked him about it, to which he didn't know who the girl was and he wouldn't do anything like that. At this point I felt kinda hopeless and asked to see for myself by looking through his phone. He refused to let me see his phone, making me out to be crazy and negative. This only made me feel like he was really hiding something, so I persisted. I know I probably should have just left. Eventually he let me on his phone, where I found him receiving nudes from other girls and complimenting the bodies of other women. After this he still doesn't believe that he cheated, nor had apologized, and told me that I was self-destructive. I feel so invalidated and gaslit. I'm not the crazy one in this situation, right? Edit. I left him. I know I shouldn't have stayed for so long, but I somehow convinced myself that he changed. I was naive, obviously, still learning my way through this world. Thank you all endlessly for your words of advice and opening my eyes. I was manipulated into thinking it was my fault. I know it's not, and I know I deserve better. Just leave. Don't be with a partner you can't trust. Leave. This ain't the first and won't be the last time. Serious question. How old are both of you? You're crazy to think he stopped cheating on you. I think if you've gotten to the point where you're going through his phone, finding evidence that he's behaving inappropriately, but he doesn't agree that it's problematic, the relationship probably won't survive. Get rid of him and find someone who has the same values in a relationship as you do. You can't force someone to respect you and your boundaries. I feel so invalidated and gaslit. Why do you need his agreement to the truth when it is self-evident? Someone repeatedly being dishonest with you is not fixable. I need advice, please. My partner, 34M, wants to move in with me, 36F, and I'm not ready. My partner, 34M, and I, 36F, have been together for 2 years and have had our share of ups and downs. I have 2 daughters, 10 and 14, who I have just over half the time. My partner is not happy in his current living arrangements and has said I should be letting him move in. I've told him I'm not comfortable with it for multiple reasons, including he's not financially stable, he has a temper, and he drinks every day and smokes weed every day, which is both expensive and alters his state of mind. These are my concerns, and I've said I'm not ready for him to move in. It's not that I never want him to, but I think he still has a bit of growing up to do first. He is furious at me and has basically said that if I don't let him move in we don't have a future together and things along that line, which I think are to make me feel guilty and responsible for his situation. I feel like as an adult man it isn't my job to house him if it isn't in the best interest of my kids. What do you guys think? Am I being awful? My head is a mess. I'm devastated because I love him, but I feel like I'm making a fair call. Do not let that man move into your house. Everything you mention about him makes him sound like a terrible person to have around your kids. No way would I want a man like under the same roof as my kids. He checks all my red flags list. IDK, why you are wasting your time on this guy? He is 34. How much more growing up can he do? He's emotionally manipulating you to get what he wants, and he's not going to change or stop if you give it to him. Let him know clearly what you need to see him accomplish on his own before he moves in. Then see whether he meets that expectation. Never put a guy before your family. This is why people should carefully consider getting into relationships when there are children involved. It sounds like this relationship is doomed. Does the best friends to lovers plot work? Or will I just lose my friend in the end? I, 23F, am very good friends with a guy, 23M, and he's basically one of my best friends. We've known each other for about 6 years but have gotten super close in the last 3 years due to him going through traumatic life events that I was present for. Back when he was going through it, around end of 2019, he told me straight up that he feels like one day when he's in the right place in life he would like to pursue me. At that time I was anti-relationship, so I was turning down every man, but I told him that all my guy friends end up trying to hit on me eventually in our friendships and that I'm losing hope in having platonic relationships with men. He respected my words and we never had a conversation about it again. In between now and then we've given each other advice on relationships. He's even had a serious girl at one point. So I gave him some space out of respect for their relationship, because having a girl bestie when in a relationship is weird to me. He is no longer in that relationship. I truly never had any romantic feelings for him, but for some reason lately I've been crushing on him, and it's actually kinda gross, like when you develop a crush on your neighbor, best friend's older brother as a kid. He's a very nice guy and I believe he has feelings for me just from the way he speaks to me. He's very gentle with his words and patient and is always encouraging or motivating me. I have so much respect for him, which is hard for me to respect men because of my father issues. Gross. But he really makes me feel like I'm the most special person in the world. I would like to see if we can pursue, but I'm mostly scared of losing a friend if it doesn't work out. How do I keep my friend if a relationship fails? Or once we cross that line, can we not come back? I'll take any advice, thanks. It can work. There is no way of any of us being able to answer this question for you. If y'all have feelings, go for it. It's better to try and fail than to wonder what could have been. Can work, I can attest to this. 29 years, 2 kids, several pets, multiple moves, extended family trauma, without issues. Easy to talk and remain comfortable, think it is good to be friends, then build up. Can't work. Can guys, girls remain friends once sex is introduced? Takes real maturity to make it through and keep friendship. I am sure it can happen, but I cannot provide examples in my life. Went on a second date with a girl I like, she was super into me but I didn't have any condoms. Came back to my place to watch a movie after eating out. We made out etc. for a long while, then she asked if I had condoms and I said no as I didn't think we'd be do anything last night. She was pretty annoyed and I'm worried we might not meet up again. Any chance I saved this or did I mess up bad? I asked if we can meet up again and she seems a bit more hesitant. Doesn't sound like she wants a serious relationship, just a hookup. I think it's pretty strange that she'd get upset with you for not expecting sex on the second date. I don't think you messed up, to be honest. But if she does agree to go out again, buy condoms. Then find out how she is outside of the whole condom situation. Well, if she is upset about that, it's her loss. It seems weird to me to be annoyed about such things. Sounds like you dodged a bullet. Anybody who gets angry about that will probably not be a very nice person to have a long-term relationship with. Is she aware there are things that humans can do that don't have to involve penetration? Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot, and you, the man, were angry because of lack of sex on the second date. Well, make sure to be prepared next time.